I actually have the honor of presenting the Star Award today. And as much as I would like to be doing this in person, it just wasn't feasible this year. So what is the Star Award? STAR stands for Standing Together in Aneurysm Recovery. And the STAR Award is awarded each year to a member of the Tri-State Brain Aneurysm Support Group who has most exemplified the values and mission of the group in furthering the education on surviving and recovering from brain aneurysm. This year's award goes to John Abraham. I really can't say enough about John. I've been working with him closely since joining the board in 2018. And John is also a brain aneurysm survivor, and his story is incredible. I hope he will share some of that with us today if there's time. John has been married to his wife and caregiver, Julie, for 35 years, and he has 3 grown children, a Buckeye, a Bearcat, and a Hoosier. I'm guessing that's an interesting home. John is also the president of Atlas Vac Machine, a manufacturer of clean room packaging for medical devices. John gets to see all types of orthopedic implants and even endosurgery devices that we've been hearing about. So interestingly, John is also a cancer survivor. And a few short years after surviving cancer, he experienced a bleed with all the symptoms related to a brain aneurysm. He said it's a very long story, but when he arrived at the Christ Hospital for a brain scan, his oldest daughter was working there as a cardiac nurse. So I'm sure you can imagine how surprised she was to see her father's name pop up on the hospital admission screen. John spent 10 days at UC Hospital and was released after surgical treatment from his neurosurgery team. And so sweet of him, but he still brings donuts and cupcakes to their floor desk every year. So such a neat idea, John. John actually joined the Tri-State Brain Aneurysm Support Group to lend a hand, helping with brain aneurysm awareness and support to survivors and their loved ones. Hey, John, nice to see you.
Good morning.
He has served as group president and has been our treasurer for the past several years. And John carries a heavy load in that role. He safeguards the assets of our organization, and he maintains control over receipts and disbursements of our funds. He files our federal and state tax returns and keeps us current with our insurance. So really, John does it all and deserves a hand. I'm really, really thankful for you, John, and your giving heart and all that you give to our group. And you are so deserving of this award. Congratulations.
Thank you, Denise. Appreciate it. First off, it's not a virtual award, it's a real award. So now you can see it. You know, the work that we do couldn't be done without the support of, Mayfield Clinic and the people that you see, and several of the other medical professionals that get involved in our monthly presentations and meetings and just giving us advice. But, it's like I've said, after all my travails of aneurysms, I'm in the bonus round. And that's the way we all as survivors have to look at it. Because if you make it past the first hurdle, which is surviving, after that, just be glad you've got what you have and make it work for yourself. So you got to be optimistic about it. The presentations today, these are fantastic, because mine was in the Circle of Willis. Okay, and now I can really see from some of the modeling exactly how that is structured and what's going on there. So I'm an engineer, so I got to know these things. Because engineers, we're always saying, well, this doctor stuff, it's all hydraulics, mechanics, and electrical circuits. So it's like, but when you really get to see the details of this is, to me, it's very interesting. So I want to compliment the doctors if they got their presentations together for us today. I think it's very generous with their time. In my business, the medical device packaging, if the packaging fails, it's not sterile. By the time the device gets to the sterile field in the operating room, it can't fail. The packaging can't fail. And we have a little saying here that when you're hearing Tyvek being peeled off a tray, get the hell out of the room. There's nothing good going to happen to you. So that's how we look at it. Yeah, my aneurysm was kind of shocking, and it was interesting. After hearing all the presentations today, it's interesting that 2:33 in the morning, one of the docs comes into me at UC, wakes me up a little bit, and I wake up and say, "Oh God, this isn't a dream. I'm really still here." And they started talking about the clip. They started talking about the clips and the procedure we're going to go through tomorrow. What do you? And I had some choices to make. And so now you can visualize the discussion of all these different techniques. And it became apparent to the doctor was talking to me. He said, "You're an engineer. You're asking these questions. You're asking questions like which one's been in the highest use, which one's got the highest percentage of successful implantation." And you start asking questions, and then how do you do that? And then I'm just laughing. It's like 3 a.m, and you're kind of like fuzzy all around the edges. And he's asking when it finally came time to open your skull and do stuff. What you want to do a scar on the right side or the left side. And I asked him, I said, "Wait a minute, when you obviously must play golf, what side of the tee do you swing from, the left side or the right side? Because I'm not going to be so vain that I don't want a scar on one side or the other when I got a left-handed guy swinging from the right side of the tee. I don't need that. You pick the side that it's best for you to go in." And he just laughs. And but you got to be optimistic through all this stuff. You have to. You can't let it dwell on you. And there's problems, yes, there is. But you're alive, and I know of somebody who just passed away from an aneurysm. So it's very tragic, and it's something we have to pay attention to. Hopefully, our group can raise awareness. That's what the whole purpose is. And I think that between the website and some of the other activities we've been involved in, we're going to start getting the word out and, just to raise awareness of it. There's so many other problems in the world medically. This is one here that sneaks up on people way too often. And it is survivable if you seek treatment promptly and early and you have that opportunity to do that. So, yeah, thanks for the award. I really appreciate it. And I'll show the wife and say, "Look what I got. Thank you for supporting me, dear." That might get me out of the doghouse for another week. Thank you, Denise.